broke the cork off.
Oh, that's puke. Ugh.
Okay. I don't know what to do. Maybe I'm just sensing some umami on this. Because, ooh, mama, that's good. I still haven't found my first Blanton's. Hello, hello, hello. It's Thursday and it's time. Let's do it. That wasn't so hard at all. Last week I'm like, trying to tug that cork out of there. This one came out easily. The universe must be telling me to drink something. This is a Clyde Mays. This was recommended to me. I have never had it before. Don't know anything about it. I did a little quick research, went to their website, got some stuff, just trolled around the web for about 10 minutes and found some stuff. So let's get into Clyde Mays. This is an Alabama product. Clyde Mays Straight Bourbon is aptly named after Clyde May, who was an Alabama farmer born to a single mother shortly before the Great Depression. Can you imagine what their life must have been like? A single mom going into the Great Depression. Whew. Let's see. He served in the Army's 77th Infantry Division during World War II, earned a Bronze Star and a Purple Heart while commanding a 12-man rifle squad. He had quite the history of being a talented moonshiner and therefore was wanted by the law. And wasn't just wanted by the law, he was like most wanted by the law in most of the country, it sounds like. In the mid-20th century, refining his craft over the years and ultimately spending 8 months in a federal penitentiary because of this at the Maxwell Air Force Base in Montgomery, Alabama, before he was paroled. Soon after his release, though, he started up his next still. On the website it says, distilled since 1946 and legal since 2001. Over 70 years of authenticity, dedication, integrity, and perseverance. That's what it takes to become the first official state spirit in the country. It is the official state spirit of Alabama. How about that? We're drinking a legacy. Larry's watching. Hey, Larry. How are you? I hope you're having a great day. I hope the storms weren't too hard on you last night. Known for his usage of oven-fried apples. This is where this is going to set this aside. Clyde May would add these apples to his barrels during the aging process, which resulted in a distinctive flavor profile. While the whiskey is currently sourced, now that may be changing, if it hasn't changed already, the company announced plans in late 2017 to open a distillery in Troy, Alabama. Construction was delayed, with groundbreaking finally taking place in January 2022. Distillery was slated to be open last spring, and I'll be honest, I did not have the time to research to find out if indeed their distillery has opened, but easy to find out. The Straight Bourbon is a whiskey that brings overall sense of apples, it says. We'll find out. See if there's anything else here. It's Indiana distillery, so this is probably MGP. It says it's a blend of distilleries from Indiana, so you got to know MGP is at least a part of that. It would surprise me if it's not all MGP, but who knows. Classification, straight bourbon. Oh, it does say here the distillery open date was updated. They were supposed to have opened last year, so I don't know if they did or not. Let's see. It's 92 proof, no age statement, no mash bill disclosed. Have no idea what's in it. We know that apples are in the barrel. This has gone down in price in the state of Ohio. It used to be around $40. Now it's $29.99 currently in the state of Ohio to get Clyde Mays. I've never had this before, and I hope it's good. On Tuesday, I had a group of guys over, and we got to try quite a few things. I got to try the new Wild Turkey 8-year. I got to try a Remus 9-year. I got to try one called Redneck. It wasn't Redneck Riviera, I don't think. It was something else, which was very, very sweet. Like, very, very sweet. Very sweet. It was 80 proof. It's what the guy likes. Great. That's okay. I didn't care for it. I didn't hate it. but I came pretty close to hating it. Very sweet. Tried that. Tried. I tried Frank August. Did not like that one. Fresh crack. It may settle down, may do better over time. The Frank August, for me, the most impressive thing about that was the cap. It's very heavy, surprisingly heavy. But for me, it was like lighter fluid. Just didn't care for it. Didn't love it. I understand there's some people who do. Some people who don't. But at that very tasting, I pulled out the Caribou Crossing because I told him, I said, this Frank August is not as bad as Caribou Crossing. And there was a guy that tried the Caribou and actually rather liked it and liked it better than the Frank August. Okay. Drink what you like. Drink it how you like it. Gentleman sat down. He had that 80 proof sweet pour and he wanted ice on it. That's how he likes it. He likes it cold. Okay. We don't have to agree. Just have to enjoy the whiskey, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So this is the Clyde Mays. It's an Alabama whiskey, the official spirit of Alabama, which is just... How many states can you do that in? There aren't very many states that would be something you could do. Because there's competition, generally speaking. Like, can you... Yes, okay, I understand Woodford Reserve is the bourbon of the Kentucky Derby. But it's not the drink of the Kentucky Derby. That's the mint julep, which is made at the Kentucky Derby by Old Forester. So I got to turn off my ringer. I'm getting texted, and that's just not going to work for me. As a matter of fact, I think I'll put it on Do Not Disturb, because I do not like being disturbed when I'm bourbcasting. All right. Okay, so they have this reputation for apples, and I was looking for it. I'm not getting it. I'll keep looking for it. Maybe it'll show up. It does have a bit of a fruit note. I'm not going to tell you it's apple, but it does have a bit of a fruit note. Some definite cinnamon on it. There's some vanilla on it. And that's not a note I get all the time anymore. Some of these pours have become very earthy. And when they're earthy, I'm not getting the vanilla that I used to be able to get off of the, what you would consider a traditional pour. This one I'm getting some vanilla on. Like I say, there's a fruit note, but I'd have to stretch it to make it apple. Although the more I sniff it, the more I think about apples, the more it's changing the way I'm perceiving it. Because if it's not apples, what is it? What fruit is it? I don't know. I can't necessarily put my thumb on it. Slight ethanol note, not bad. There's a little bit of brown sugar on it. Yeah. I'm just hoping now it's not overly sweet. I'm not getting what I would call a sweet nose, but I just don't want it to be too sweet. Let's find out. Okay, the first thing that happened when I put that in there is got apple. It's present on the palate for sure. Let's get into mouthfeel. We'll get into flavors in a minute. Very slow but very steady and nice bloom. It doesn't overdo it. It's 92 proof. Very nice bloom. Slow and steady. Just a nice presence. I need to get back into the viscosity of it because I was kind of overwhelmed. Pardon me, I was kind of overwhelmed by the apple that hit me. I didn't get it like that on the nose, but that was the first thing I tasted. It's not bad, and it's not actually overly sweet either. So let's get back into it. Okay. Viscosity is a little below average. Slightly watery, but not bad. A little thinner than Noble Oak was last week. And Noble Oak was right there where I'd say was about an average. This is just a little less than that. It's supposed to be aged 4 to 5 years. Website says it's aged 4 to 5 years. Maybe it is. I don't know what the level of char is on the barrel or anything like that. It's just, it's light in color. It's not showing me anything that says, you know, hey, incredible pour, right? But it's a $30 bottle. And really, it's not too bad. The bloom was nice. It's not an underwhelming mouthfeel. It's got a nice bloom to it. So it's okay so far. Let's see if I can find you some flavor. And the apple, of course, was the first thing that I got, but that was the first sip of it. And it's a fresh crack, so I'm going to try to explore this a little bit and see if I can give you more than what that first impression gave me. That's a pretty decent pour. It's not going to go in my top 10 or anything like that, but I would buy this again. For $30, for $29.99, come on. This could 92 proof. This could be a daily driver. Okay, so flavors. Definitely apple. And it's not overwhelming. It's not like, you know, Crown Apple, which is. Bleh. I know some of you like it. That's fine. You're allowed to. I'm allowed to not. Bleh. No. No. Sorry. No. Don't like it. There's other Crowns that I like. Heck, I like this one better. This is that blackberry. I like this one better than Crown Apple. I was talking to somebody the other day who said, oh, I don't care for that. It's cough syrup. Okay. That's fine. It's a good mixer. And maybe a little cough syrupy, but I didn't hate this. I do not like the Crown Apple at all. And I don't know why I leave this sitting here. I haven't done anything with it. It just sits there. And Aaron's watching. Hey, Aaron, how are you? Glad you're with me. Oh, you're talking. Crown Apple mixed with Mountain Dew cannot be beat. Yes, it can. First of all, if the whiskey is so bad that you have to mix it with something, well, I guess you could kind of say that about this, really. Then it's not good to begin with. Now, the first time I had Crown Apple, somebody told me to mix it with cranberry juice, and that was, I had to brush my teeth for like an hour, and my tongue. It was too sweet, craziness. Yeah, no, bad. Mountain Dew, I'm not a fan of Mountain Dew either. I don't like it. I've never liked it. It's too sweet, too syrupy. I can't imagine that with Crown Apple. Blech. Ugh. Just don't like it. Anyway, so the apple notes are not real bad. He's talking. Wait a minute. It can be beat, sorry, only by itself. Take that drink and then smoke it. Thank me later. Smoke it? Oh, yeah, bourbon? Oh, okay. Without the Mountain Dew, I would be willing to try a smoked Crown Apple. Now you've got me intrigued. I would be willing to try that. I do like a good smoked old fashioned. I like a smoked bourbon. I do. So I'll put that on my to-do list. That's actually a good suggestion. I may still hate it. But if it's smoky, I may hate it just a step less. We'll see. I'll give it to you. I'll try it. Without the Mountain Dew. Why? He's talking. It tastes like you just bit into a smoked apple pie. There are only a number of people that I will give kudos to when it comes to their smoking acumen. And my buddy Aaron is one of them. I have never seen anybody smoke a cheesecake before. And not only does he smoke a cheesecake, he does it perfectly. There's no cracks in the top, nothing. And it's amazing. And he was the first person that showed me that you can smoke macaroni and cheese. That's amazing. So if he says to try smoked crown apple, it's worth a shot. I'm just saying. Like I said, there's only a few people that I give those kudos to when it comes to smoking. Got a buddy of mine, he thinks he's a great smoker. He's not. It wasn't bad. Now my buddy John, he's got a great big thing. Huge grill. That boy can smoke. Good stuff. Now he's never done a cheesecake, but he has done mac and cheese. And that's good. And he did, I went to a party recently and he smoked cream cheese. Which, that was, yeah. I like smoked stuff though. That's just me. I'll even make it for you. You gonna make it for me? Awesome. I haven't seen you in a while, so that'd be nice. I'd like that. Back to this. Lots of traditional flavors in this, the vanillas and the cinnamons, and of course that apple top. But it's not over the top apple. It's just a hint of it. First crack, first sip, yeah, poo, apple. But I had it on my mind, right? I had it in my brain. I might not have gotten that had I not been really fixated on it. But it's definitely there. You can't miss it. And it's got a lot of those other flavors as well. There's a little caramel on it, if you have a degree. Otherwise, it's caramel. Salted caramel. That's a nice pour. That is not a bad pour. The more I drink it, the more I like it. But let's see how it survives on water. Yeah, we opened up that Frank August. It was a fresh crack. He had bought it. He wanted to see what we thought of it. So he opened that bad boy up. And I put 3 drops in it. And swished it and swished it and swished it and moved it and did all sorts of stuff to it. And it just didn't get any better. I'm going to ask him to bring it back like in a couple of weeks after it's had a chance to sit. Maybe it will settle down. I mean, I was talking to them the other night about Oak and Eden, that Bourbon and Spire, which was horrible. Horrible. But by the time you got to the end of the bottle, it took me a year to get to the end of the bottle. By the time I got to the end of it, the flavors were actually palatable. Except for now the Spire inside has started to fall apart. It started to degrade in all that whiskey. And now you got pieces of wood on your tongue, which was disgusting. But I'm not a fan. The way you're swinging your finger around makes me think you had caramel on it the way you were talking. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm animated. Don't you know? Yeah, so he said he opened up a new Stag. And when you first open that up, it's spicy. You let it sit for a while, and it's just beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so we added some water to this. Let's see what it does to it. The first thing I'm going to tell you is I'm going to guess that it's going to add to the viscosity. It's going to help the mouthfeel, but let's get into that and find out. Nope. I was going to say it didn't do anything. That's a lie. What it did do is brought back that bloom and actually the bloom hit a little harder. That alcohol sting on your tongue, it actually hit a little harder with some water on. 3 drops is all I put on. Did hit a little harder. Maybe brought out a little bit more of the cinnamons and the caramels. But I won't say that it changed it holistically. It didn't add anything to it where you went, oh, that's a different pour. No. Like I said, I had to think about it for a minute because at first I was going to go, nope, didn't do nothing, but it did. Not a lot, but it did. All right, let's do one more here. Okay, on that sip, the viscosity is just a little bit better, not a lot. I'd say it's probably right about average now. And it did bring out some of the spiciness of the rye. Yeah, water, I think it maybe improved it maybe just a little bit. Not enough to write home about, but let's give it a gorgeous ice sphere, shall we? Gorgeous ice sphere. Why is it gorgeous? Because it is. All right. So I've got my group coming again next Tuesday, and I think they were impressed with the Noble Oak, and I was too. I mean, for a one year age statement, plus the concentrated pressure finishing that they do, it was surprisingly a decent pour. Even in spite of the gimmicks and science and everything that got put into it. I love it when I know that a juice is set inside a barrel for 6, 7, 8, 10 years. I do like that. That's a commitment. That's love, right? And that's allowing that spirit to do what it's supposed to do. But Noble Oak, for what it is and for how much the bottle is, it's a decent pour. This is along those same lines. Now, this is actually aged 4 to 5 years. There's no gimmicks attached to this, except for the fact that it's, an Alabama whiskey instead of Kentucky or something else. But yeah, I'm gonna pull this out coming up this next week when the guys get back together again and see what they think of it, because I like it. I'm surprised how much I do like it. I mean, this is one I could, if I had to choose between this and Bullet, I'm going to guess that Bullet probably has a little higher rye content. And if I'm in the mood for that, then fine, Bullet wins. And I like Bullet. And we talked about that the other night with the guys. Yeah, we like Bullet. There's nothing wrong with Bullet. This one, for just a couple dollars more, something different, a little lower in rye, I would guess. Not a lot lower, but a little lower. Pretty decent. Got to do that obligatory finger stir. I know there are purists out there going, "What are you doing?" It's my drink. I can put my finger in if I want to. It's my nose. I can put my finger in if I want to. I'm going to stop there. These are the times that I have to stop myself and say, "Casey, you're an adult. Act like one." I don't want that. This is as mature as I'm going to get. This is it. This is as good as it gets. That's why I'm single. All right. With a gorgeous ice sphere. Apple notes are strong. Again, not overwhelming. Some of the other spiciness, some of the other characteristics are subdued. They're not gone. It didn't kill it, but they're subdued, which you can expect when you put a bourbon on ice. It mutes those flavors. On ice, I get something I wasn't getting before. I'm getting some of that smoke, some of that oak. That oak was not present before. At least I didn't detect it. Now on ice, that's what's left, is I get that oak, and that oak is actually very nice in this. This could stand up in a cocktail. And for $29.99 right now in the state of Ohio, why not? I mean, you can get Old Granddad for maybe a couple dollars less. or the Noble Oak, which I don't think will stand up as well in a cocktail. There's things that you can do, but this actually, I like the oak on this on ice. That's the difference in this one. That's where it changed. Is before there were other flavors, and now I get a lot of oak, which I actually like on this. That oak and that apple. All right. Okay, so next week, you ready? You ready? Next week, we're going to do something a little bit special. I got no reason for this. There's no reason to do anything amazing next week, but we're going to do something kind of amazing. And that is, I'm going to pull out this one that I bought in 2019 in Santa Monica, California. This is the E.H. Taylor Straight Rye. We were talking about it the other night, and the guy said, hey, I haven't tried it yet. And I said, well, I've got a couple bottles of it. Why don't we open it up? And he said, okay. So my group is going to do the Clyde Mays next week. Next Thursday, we'll do the E.H. Taylor Straight Rye. I was going to say small batch rye. That would be wrong. I went out of my way a long way for that. Because the glass. The juice was not worth the squeeze. You hear me? Anyway. Luke's watching. Hey, how are you, Luke? But this is what we're going to do next week. The straight rye from E.H. Taylor. People keep talking about Taylor. Oh, I'm so happy when Buffalo Trace is doing Taylor Day, or hey, I found a Taylor. I'll tell you, there are other pours. Yes, Taylor's fine. I like it. It's not my favorite pour. Now, maybe that'll change with the straight rye, because I do love rye. So maybe this will knock my socks off. We'll see. Maybe it will not. There are other pours. My favorite Buffalo Trace is George T. Stagg. But along those lines, I also really like the Eagle Rare. And I'm sort of excited about the 12-year coming out, but at the same time, when you've had the Eagle Rare 17-year, I just worry that the 12-year is going to underwhelm me compared to the 10. The 10 is good. The 17 is phenomenal. You put the two together, the 10 is like, meh. What was that? I have no idea. The 17 is that freaking good. So I wonder how it would stand up to the 12. And I wonder how the 12 would stand up to the 10 if there's that much of a discernible difference. 2 years, you would think, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I haven't picked that up yet. And if I see an Eagle Rare 12, I'll pick it up because I love Eagle Rare. That's of the affordable allocated ones from Buffalo Trace. I love George T. Stagg. That's probably my favorite. Eagle Rare's got to be right up there along the lines of number 2. And I've got some other ones beyond that fit that top 5, of course. But I love me some Eagle Rare. So a 12-year, I would like to try it. I would like to put the two back to back, see what the differences are, if any. Because, like, they had the tin cup, right? It's that Colorado whiskey with a little bit of Stranahan's single malt in it. They have the regular one, which is 4 years, something like that. Then they've got a 10-year, and for me, they were almost indiscernible. Yes, the color is better on the 10-year, but the regular one actually maybe had better flavor. To me. So, I don't know. You got to find the Eagle 12 first. And I guess there's people online that review whiskeys like I do that are willing to pay big money for, a bottle of, or a sample of Eagle 12, and nope. If I get it, I get it. If Buffalo Trace, hey guys, if you want to send me one, I'll review that bad boy. I'm just saying, I'm willing. Yeah, they don't do that. I don't have 1 million followers. They're not going to do that. So that's up to you. You can like and share. And you can smash that subscribe button, smash it, and ring the bell. I suck at YouTube. I do. I suck at it. Anyway. So, hey, Paul's watching. Hey, Paul. How in the world are you doing? I'm glad you're here. Thank you for checking in on me. And thank you for your kindness online, too, by the way. Kindness is a rare commodity these days, and you present it with aplomb. And thank you for plumbing. All right, so again, next week, the Straight Rye from E.H. Taylor. Join us. Tell people about it, because this is a special pour, and not everybody's going to get an opportunity to get this one. I picked this one up, like I said, in Santa Monica in 2019. It's been that long, and I still haven't opened it because I hoard things sometimes. But join me next week as we open this up, because I want to know what I'm going to be feeding the guys the following Tuesday. So we will see you then, if I can find the button. Yeah, here it is. Okay. We will see you then. Thank you so much for joining us. You could be doing anything else, and you're here watching me be silly. And I love it. So thank you for that. And smash that button. Smash it. We'll see you next Thursday.